AyoGG, welcome to the fifth episode of my little podcast AyoGG. And today is a pretty spontaneous recording of mine because I was just sitting here thinking, dude, I could make a new episode again. But normally, I don't know if you know the feeling, but if you are maybe you're producing stuff yourself for the public. Sometimes it's just like you're sitting there, you have to do, well, kind of have to, you don't have to do, but you want to do something, but you don't know exactly what it should be about, what you should talk about, or just how you should start. Starting is always the hardest thing. Um, so I thought a bit and I realized that there actually is a little topic that is like really, really sitting in my head. And I think this is something probably all of you can relate. So I thought, hey, why not talk a bit about this? And this is, as you may have already read in the title of today's episode, waiting for comebacks. Yeah, waiting for comebacks. This is a pretty. I feel like waiting for comebacks in the way we are doing it as K-pop fans is something only we K-pop fans really can grasp, kind of, because in other musical genres, it's just the definition of a comeback is just something so different. I always realize that when I talk with my best friend. She's really into like rock and metal and stuff. And every time when I talk about it, but she's really open about musical genres, and we often talk about K-pop also. And every time when I say comeback, she is quite confused because in other musical genres, comeback just means something completely different. It means like a group disbanded or they had a like really long hiatus or stuff like this. Like you thought they would never come back again, and then boom, they're coming back. Like a comeback in other musical genres is something super, let's say, grand and yeah, unique kind of, but not in K-pop. I mean, in K-pop, how often does a normal group come back? Around 2 to 3 times a year. This is a really interesting thing and a really special connection we all have. And the problem that this um, makes arise kind of is that we K-pop fans, I feel like we're getting kind of um, nervous pretty fast, especially if you are like me, who is mainly, like, I'd say 99%. Like, no, you what, 100% girl group stan. I do like boy groups too, but I'm not really. I don't stan anyone, any boy group. So I feel like if you are a boy group stan, you are relatively safe. Boy groups, they will come back. They will come back. Sometimes it takes a bit longer, but overall, you're good. Especially if they're like a relatively new group, from first year to, I'd say, eighth year, then you're relatively okay. But for girl groups, unfortunately, this is not the case. And especially, I feel like not the one I'm into. Like, I feel like I have a terrible taste in groups when it comes to that stuff. Like, for example, I don't even want to start about my favorite, like, SNSD. This I will come to that later too. But this is this is a completely different topic. Um, but for example, also groups like IOI, which have a really important place in my heart, which IOI should come back, guys. If you remember, if you're an IOI fan, you will remember that when they disbanded, or shortly before they disbanded, they said that they will come back in 5 years. And those 5 years, they are right about now, the 5 years have almost passed. And myself and a lot of other IOI fans are patiently waiting for some kind of sign, some kind of announcement, just something that tells us, yes, it is really going to happen. Like all those 5 years, you have waited and waited and waited. They will finally pay off. The girls will come back, and when I say the girls will come back, I mean all 11 will come back. Not like a unit, not just the IOI unit. As much as I love the IOI unit, what a man, outstanding. But IOI is IOI, and IOI is 11. Okay, I want if we get an IOI comeback, I want each and every one of them in this freaking group. Come on, once in 5 years, that should be possible somehow. Please, 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 please. But I do admit that IOI is kind of an extreme case when it comes to waiting and hoping for comebacks. There are more not so severe, um, yeah, not so severe groups, but still pretty tough ones. Like for example, Fromis 9. If you know Fromis 9, you know pain, I'd say. Because, ah, I mean, if you take a look at the history of Fromis 9, I mean, how many comebacks did they have? They had, let me check. They had Too Hard, DK, Love Bomb, Fun, and Feel Good. So we have five, and two of those five, so almost half of it, of the comebacks, they weren't even with 9 members. Like if you remember during DK, Curie was missing, and uh, amazingly, my luck once again, of course, my bias, that was missing. And now in the last, due to, for the people who don't know, she was missing due to her participation in Produce 48. And later on, the last comeback they had with Feel Good, where Soyeon was missing because she was unfortunately hurt in training of for Feel Good. So this already leaves like a bitter taste, when you think about the Fromis comes as amazing as they have all have been. Like seriously, I adore each and every one, but it's you always hope, please, please, this time all 9. Come on, give me. I need Fromis 9, please, not Fromis 8, Fromis 9. Do it, do it, do it. And then you have phases like the current one, where like you freaking know that there is a comeback. They prepared something. It is ready. It is basically, in my opinion, if you want to hear my theory, it is freaking finished. Everything is there, but something is delaying it. Now, why do I think that? Let me analyze. There's not much to analyze, but they did multiple V lives in the past few weeks, and there was one V live with, okay, now don't let me lie, with Gyuri, Jihyun, and Jisun, if I'm not mistaken, where they were, honestly, I have no clue, they were making some candy stuff or something like this. That's not important. What they did wasn't important. The topics they talked about were the important things. Or the most important thing were the hair colors, because they changed. And if you're Flova, you're desperate, okay? I mean, the time span between from his comebacks, like especially between Love Bomb and Feel Good, how long was it? That was more than a year, I think. And this is just freaking deadly. Like in K-pop, you can't do that stuff, especially not with the fans that, as I said, were kind of used to get like a frequent comeback schedule in a way. And then you're sitting there, suddenly a V Live is popping up. You're sitting there at home. My perspective, okay? So I'm sitting at home in front of the TV, doing, not TV, monitor. Don't watch TV. In front of my monitor, watching stuff, probably fan cams. Most of the time it's fan cams. Sitting there watching fan cams. and suddenly I'm getting a notification on my phone saying Fromis Night just started V Live, and you're like, oh boy, you're getting super excited, super excited. You're jumping right into it, and what do you see? Different hair colors. I mean, there is no bigger sign in K-pop for a comeback of a group than the changing of hair colors. We all know that, guys. Hair colors or overall hairstyles, changing in those instantly mean comeback. So from that point on, it was clear that something was about to happen. Then they even talked about, or mainly Jihyun talked about how pretty the members were while preparing for something. Of course, comeback. We all know it. And still, you're getting basically nothing. You're getting absolutely nothing. No confirmation whatsoever that a comeback is approaching. You have by now seen all of the new hair colors. You you just know that there's a comeback, and their hair colors, and that's also an interesting thing, they're fading. And if you guys, we know, okay? In K-pop, when hair colors are fading, this is a sad sign, because fading hair colors always like indicate, okay, now there's nothing new coming, okay? So the girls, they're relaxing now. Um, it's like they're nearing the end of their promotion of their current, okay? So it's time to slowly start relaxing again. The awkward thing is when this phase starts before the hyping for the comeback actually began. Like, this is a really strange like limbus that flowers are flowers are currently in. You're like in this void between comeback is over, and you're like, what the hell? Which road am I supposed to go? Which is the reason why I think that they already shot everything. Like, the music video should already be there, but we don't know for sure. Um, because the strange thing is, if it would be already shot everything, like, what is keeping them from releasing anything? Like, does it make sense that a music video and stuff is already shot, but it's not getting released? What could be the reason? And this is a big thing that is not just concerning Fromis, but a lot of companies, especially companies managing girl groups. You're just sitting there and you're like, what the hell are you actually doing in that company? Like, give us something, If there is something that is delaying the comeback, is it so hard to go to the fans and say, guys, this and this happened? Because of that, we can't start with the comeback promotions right now. We have to delay it by 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. It doesn't matter. We have to delay it by that time. Do you really think that the fans would go like apeshit crazy and be like, how can you do that, you piece of shit company, or something like this? No, people would be like, okay, that's unfortunate, but at least we know. Like, okay, we know we can chill and wait and save up for this time period. And then we know, okay, then something will drop, and then we are ready to support. But now you're in this super strange position, like in this void um, of of not knowing anything. Like, each day you're sitting. Seriously, how my days always start. I'm lying in bed, 7 p.m. 7 a.m. The my smartphone is ringing. Oh no! What am I getting woken up with right now? Wait, let me check that for you. Isn't it? Didn't I just changed it? Yeah, I just changed it recently. Right now it's Sunrise by gfriend. Okay, so I'm lying in bed and suddenly it's starting. Hey ya, da, 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 da. Okay, you can imagine. Yeah, you're waking up beautifully. The sun is hitting my face, but not in an unpleasant way. It's in a happy way. The sun rose. Gfriend is escorting me into the day. Absolutely beautiful. It's like a Disney movie, okay? The Bambi is already in my room, ready to dress me. Everything is beautiful. And then you're taking your phone, checking Twitter, and hoping, okay, today there will be the announcement, and you're scrolling through Twitter and you see, okay, all the fan sites, all the 1,000 fan sites that I'm following, they didn't say anything. Fuck. Shit. No. Come on. Come on. Come on. Now you're at the top. Alright. Again, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that each and every day for now more than 3 weeks, a month or something like this. What exactly is going on there? Like, it it's just frustrating, you know? Like, I really don't understand what the problem of companies is to tell the fans what is going on. We we are understanding enough. We know that it is sometimes difficult to coordinate comebacks, and I think no one would be pissed if we get like a reasonable explanation of why something is getting delayed. What but what is 100% going to piss fans off is if the company is not telling us why something is getting pushed back and obviously getting pushed back. It's just absolutely terrible. The same as I need to check something real quick. There's another group which has a similar or getting a similar shitting treatment from the company. Let me check that. If you know the group Loona, let me check the channel. Yes, this is super interesting. So, let me scroll down. Because there was something released 3 months ago. I repeat, 3 months ago. On the Luna the World channel, there was a teaser release called New Moon. And every orbit was like super excited. Like, what the hell is going on? Dude, New Moon teaser, dude, what's happening? Then nothing. We got Luna TV, Luna TV, Luna TV, Luna TV, Luna TV, Luna TV, Luna TV. Until 1 month ago. 1 month ago, it stopped. So then everyone was like super excited. Okay, maybe now come on, 2 months after a teaser. That's like a super reasonable amount of time, okay? Now it's going to drop. What is dropping? A vlog of Heechin. Okay, cool. Great vlog still. Okay, take it. But now it's going to happen. 1 month, guys. And since 1 month, Orbits haven't heard shit about the group, about a comeback. They didn't get any videos, like they didn't get any Luna TV. And the teaser that has been released 3 months ago, no one has any clue what that was about. I mean, that wasn't the first time BBC has done something like this. I mean, just remember, what was it? There was, I think before So What, there was something here, Burn Yourself. Right, the teaser Burn Yourself, that was then like integrated into So What, which was bullshit. This was supposed to be something completely different, but they just pushed it into So What. And I'm really wondering if they're now going to do like the exact same with New Moon. But if you look at this, the parallels between Luna here and Fromis, for Fromis, it wasn't as extreme, thankfully. But for Fromis, it was also really interesting to see, if you're on the channel, they suddenly stopped to release like the behind the scenes videos of Fromis and the really it's the really well produced long, like to 10 to 15 to 20 minutes videos of Fromis, and they started a new program called Fromis Soda, which is basically a Luna TV, which is basically like little clips, short clips from 1 minute to maximum 3 minutes, something like this, which is not necessarily bad. Like, I do take the content, but of course it is strange if suddenly the content that you're so used to, like the quality content, is stopping and suddenly you're getting something like this. But of course the fans are thinking, all right, if they're stop, okay, at least this was my way of thinking. Okay, they're stopping doing those like high quality stuff and do something easy to produce like this. Then they may be gearing up for a comeback. Well, reason why they did that, the girls revealed it in a real life. They simply did not have any content anymore with the girls without the new hair colors. That's it. That was the reason why they started this new series. Which also once again shows that Off the Record was obviously not prepared for delaying the comeback for so long. So, but now I have to ask once again, what the hell is delaying the comeback? Like, we saw all the girls, like all of Fromis 9 in a V Live, so they all look pretty healthy. They look pretty healthy, so it doesn't look like it's a problem with the members. So, what else could it be? I have absolutely no clue what it could be. If you know, guys, please let me know. Please, 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 please. I'm really curious if you have any ideas, if you have heard anything, because I I'm 100% clueless about what exactly is going on there. But this like terrible way of communicating with fans is just it's such a common thing for companies, for K-pop companies that are, and I really have to stress it again, handling girl groups. Um, Another example for that terrible like communication with fans is SM Entertainment, because um, if you know, you probably know. Like Red Velvet. The last song Red Velvet has released, and I mean real song. I don't mean the like Boa tribute they have done. Like the real comeback of Red Velvet was Psycho. Has been quite a while, guys. Quite a while since Psycho got released, and now, of course, we got Wendy's solo debut. Yes, we got a Solreen subunit, but the way SM is currently handling Red Velvet is like it's scaringly similar to the way SM has been handling Girls' Generation. Like they started to slow down on the group promotions, on the group comebacks, which is overall nothing that I'm surprised about. Like the older the groups get, the less frequent the comebacks get. That's just how things are. I'm okay with that. But such a break, this is not normal and is also not healthy for a group. A group, let's be real, and like the resemblance to SNSD, like you have the members focusing more and more on individual stuff. You have the members that are going into acting. You have the members that are like modeling for basically everything that's coming out. You have the debut of your vocals of especially one vocal. Like if you mirror it, you have like Wendy is the Taeyeon. You have like Irene is kind of the Yuna. Um, you have like the OST. You have OST stuff, which was in SNSD also mostly Taeyeon, but here you have it especially with Joy. You have like the members that are getting pushed into YouTube with Yuri and mirrored Yuri, and stuff like this. Um, and I'm not saying that I dislike what they have done with the subunit, which is also, of course, you can say kind of mirroring TTS. Um, I'm not saying that I'm against this. I loved the unit. I want to see more of the Silverine unit. I want to see more of Wendy solo. I want to get a Sulgi solo, and so on and so on. I want to get all of that, but I really have to question if it is always like necessary to sacrifice the group. Like because at the end of the day, what I'm looking most forward to personally always is the entire group. As I said, I would I would kill for a Sulgi solo. But if I have to choose between a solo and a group comeback, I choose the group. If I have to choose between a unit and the group, I choose the group. And so on and so on. If I have to choose between the acting of a member or a group comeback, I choose the group comeback. If I have to choose between YouTube content from one member or a comeback, I choose the comeback of the group. You know, it's just I don't know. Let me know, please, in the comments if you feel the same way or if I'm the only one. If you say no, I prefer to get like a lot of content from the individual members than getting like a comeback from the entire group. That would be a really interesting thing for me to know. Maybe I'm the only one who is seeing it like that, but that would be a really interesting thing to know. And another group which is or yeah, it's starting to concern fans is gfriend. The reason why I'm saying this is because I got a comment from one of my viewers, Hannah Honey, and she said that, to put it into context, the last Memoria episode of Gfriend hasn't been subbed yet. So it has been 2 days already, and the video wasn't subbed, which is, of course, kind of strange. You know, we're still sitting here waiting for the Gfriend comeback, and we don't know for sure when it is going to happen. Probably, I'd say around May, I would guess. But of course, it is strange that suddenly this one video isn't getting subbed. Now, I wouldn't see it as grave as Hannah has stated in her comment, where she said that after the merging of, or the overall change of Bigot labels to Hype and stuff, there's a lot of restructuring going on, and she fears that this could, um, yeah, lead to the suffering of groups like gfriend. I'm not sure if this is really due to that. I mean, I could really imagine that it's due to the restructuring, but I wouldn't instantly say that this leads to or this could lead to gfriend like now getting neglected in stuff like those translations. I'm still really positive that there everything's going to go right. But of course, this is a sign. Um, the fact that she is getting instantly worried about something like this happen is just proof for me, like how messed up this whole the K-pop game is when it comes to especially female groups, the handling of female groups. Because as soon as something like this is happening, you're like, oh god. Is it now the turn of my favorite group? Is it happening now? Do I have to like do I is it time that I now lie down next to all the other fans that are standing neglected groups, that I like also stand in this line to so we can cry together and wait for the end to come. This is just it's just such a sad thing in my opinion, and such an easily avoidable thing, you know, like just talk to us here. Also, why isn't someone simply releasing a statement why the videos aren't subbed yet? I mean, this could have a lot of reasons. Maybe, I don't know, the restructuring just turned things upside down, and they just, yeah, they aren't able to sub it at the moment, but they could just say, guys, we will do it ASAP. Like we don't know when exactly, but we will try to hurry to sub it. Just something. Give us something that we know that everything is still cool. That we know that you're working on it, and that we can like ease our minds, because yes, our minds are a mess due to all the things that have happened in the past to our favorite groups, or at least other groups that we have liked so much. Another group that I can point out for that, which is like a perfect example for not just terrible treatment, but overall a company that sucks at communicating with fans, like Pledis. If you know Pristin and what happened to them, the saddest thing ever. Yeah, you have those trainees that gave their entire like teenhood to the company, that invested a lot into their skills to finally debut. By the way, producing an outstandingly amazing group. Like if they still would have been a thing, Pristin, holy shit, they would be at the very top, guys. Especially for me. Um, but you have this amazing group, and then you give them two comebacks, and then nothing. And the fans are sitting there like, okay, like what's happening? Is something, what exactly is going on? And then you're suddenly getting a unit comeback. And you're like, okay, I mean, okay, I take it. At least something. Okay, cool, amazing comeback. Wow. Or debut in that case, outstanding. Okay, and now next time we're going to get the whole group. And nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening, and suddenly disbandment. You're like, what the hell happened? Like, what happened between, in that case, we like, and the disbandment? Sometimes, I mean, I think until today we didn't really get real information about what went on behind the scenes. But is it? I do get that the companies also kind of want to continue to milk the fans, like, because if you say, okay, the group is dead, then the fans kind of move on or something like this. But I always think, is it really worth, in the end, to destroy your company's reputation the way you do with actions like this? Because everyone I know, if you mention to the, like, K-pop fan that I know, but if you mention the name Pledis, they instantly start to like almost vomit. You know what I mean? Like the name is just triggering something really terrible inside of you, like hatred. You're getting aggressive when you just think about it. And I always think, is this really what you want? Now, also, Pledis recently released a video where they said that they're recruiting new trainees, also female trainees. I was so pissed. I was so pissed when I heard that I commented under the video stuff. Maybe you can find my comment if you look it up. But that's not the important thing. Okay, that's not the important thing. What exactly I wrote. The important thing is that the name Pledis and the fact that they started searching for new female trainees pissed me off so hard that they felt the need to post comments, which I normally never do. I'm not a commenting person, but if you are, please comment on this video. I would really appreciate it. Be better than I am, please. Um, but yeah, but this pissed me off so hard that I felt the need to like express my anger, not in a like disrespecting. I wasn't insulting anyone, okay? I was just stating that I was mad. I want to point that out. I didn't start to insult, because that no one should ever do that, okay? Be cool, guys. Um, but if you do that to your own image, like, is this really something that you want? Is it really? Do you really want a lot of people, and it is a lot of people, like female stands mostly, that if they hear your company's name, that they start to get angry? You can't be this can't be seriously what you want. And is it really worth the bit more money that you make with keeping the state of your artists of your group a secret? I don't know. I really don't know. If you know more about this stuff, maybe you know about economic benefits this behavior has. It has to have been economic benefits, otherwise, I simply can't explain how someone could do this. Please let me know in the comments because I just don't get it. I'm really interested in learning, guys. So please let me know. And I feel like there would be one way to kind of fix all of this, and this is something I that is slowly getting developed in K-pop, I think. And what I'm talking about is like sub-labels. Now, my pitch, guys. What I want from K-pop, what I demand from K-pop is sub-labels for the female artists. Why do I want that? Let me explain. For example, SM Entertainment. We say, alright, SM Entertainment is only boy group from now on. You can do whatever you want with NCT and EXO and Shiny and whatsoever. You can do with them whatever you want. And then we have SM Girls. Okay? SM Entertainment Girls. There you have Red Velvet, aespa, Boa, snsd, and so on. Okay, you have all of them under this specific label. Now you have this label that can completely focus on the female trainees. By the way, I'm not just doing that to get SNSD back, okay? I know this is not a lost cause, but I will never get SNSD as frequent as they were, I know. But maybe 2 or 3, no, once every 2 or 3 years. Would that be cool? Huh? Would that be cool? I feel like it's not possible with the layout we have at the moment, but with a label that is just focusing on the girls, which is okay. We have the girls and we will schedule them. Okay, you come there, you come there, you come there, blah 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 blah. aespa is getting more comebacks than, for example, Red Velvet. Red Velvet is getting more comebacks than SNSD because they are older. They just generally don't get more comebacks. I'm okay with that. I can live with that, okay? But I feel like this would be a way to simply structure all of this much better. You would be able to you would have an like a sworn in and kind of expert group for girls. Like you would have a group that is constantly working together, like a production crew, for example, that is working only on those comebacks. If you need more people, you can always get them from like external people. Absolutely no problem. But you have this circle of sworn in kind of people who know exactly how these special artists are ticking, how you can like put them into the best light, and you all only have to think about them. I think this would really improve the handling of female groups. Also, what I want to add is that if you have a sub label still has to kind of like fight to show that it is worth being a sub label, which means if SM would make a sub label for the girls, it would mean that the sub label has to like go all in to prove that it is worth being a sub label, that it can stand on its own, you know? Which means they would have to highly invest in their groups, the girls. Let me know your opinion on that. The reason why, or the thing that made me think about this was good examples of this way of thinking. Like, for example, Dreamcatcher. If you know the Dreamcatcher company, which is a sub label of Happy Face Entertainment, Okay, they only take care of Dreamcatcher. Okay, only one group, but still, it proves that the sub-label thing is a good idea. For boys, you have the label Suchu under SM, by the way, which is doing an amazing job for Suchu. You have Source Music now, a sub-label of Hype, um, taking care of gfriend. Soon, of another girl group, okay, of the new girl group. Um, so you see that this is also FNC Entertainment, which um, exactly did that. They made a completely new sub label only for their girl groups, for Cherry Bullet and the new girl group that is going to come. So you see that this is not something that I just that I'm daydreaming about. This is something that is actually happening, and I really think that this is or this could be a way to actually bring back the focus on a certain artist, because until today, I will never understand why it is so hard for companies to handle female idols compared to male idols. Like, if you, no shades to any groups, but if you just look at the comebacks, for example, NCT gets, and the comeback aespa gets, the amount, okay? This is just, it doesn't add up. Okay, and it is not like the female groups don't make profit or stuff like this. It's simply not true. Okay, the female groups, especially like aespa or Red Velvet, whatever you spend on their comebacks, you get it back. And much, much more. So if you would at least lose money with those comebacks, I would understand why you say, okay, we're not making them. But there are groups who make much less than those groups, like those SM groups, like for example Wiki Mickey, but still they're getting constantly new comebacks. So you see, it is possible to make it, to do this. But still, it doesn't happen. The boys are getting treated in a much, much better way. And I really think that sub labels could be a way to improve this treatment of female idols in K-pop. But once again, I would be really interested in knowing your opinions about the whole matter. Maybe you have a completely different one, or disagree with stuff what I'm saying, or you have some insight or basically knowledge that you can drop on me, which like justifies the treatment. I would be really interested in knowing stuff like this, because at the moment I can't understand the way K-pop is currently handling their female idols. At least most, yeah, most for the groups that I stand, yeah, most most companies. So please, guys, let me know. And yeah, guys, I think this I said everything that I wanted to say for this episode. As I said, this was a pretty spontaneous recording, and I also didn't know if this would turn into something really productive. But I think I I was able to yeah, talk enough, at least half way interesting things. So, guys, please let me know your opinions if you enjoyed this episode. I definitely enjoyed to let off some steam to you guys. And yeah, is there? Also, guys, let me know. Do you know this this feeling of like waiting for your favorites, or do you have the luck to be a fan of a group which is like constantly releasing stuff, and you're like, oh, I have absolutely no problem? Or are you someone who's like, even for your ultimate favorites, you don't really wait for the comeback. You're just happy when it's there, but once they're gone, you're like, okay, now I can just continue with my life. This would be something really interesting for me to know also, because I never know if I'm just in an extreme in that way, that I'm just really sitting here thinking when is going to happen, when is going to happen, when is SNSD coming back, when is IOI coming back, when is Fromis coming back, when is the gfriend comeback. Even though for gfriend it's not as strong, since they really, like last year, they delivered so hard. Like the three comebacks they had, holy shit! I'm just for gfriend. I really have to say, for gfriend, my feelings are like, on the one hand, I feel like I want the comeback more than everything. Like, I really want everything. On the other hand, I'm like, you can take your time, girls, because first, I want them to rest, to have enough rest to chill, and on the other hand, I'm like, as soon as the comeback announcement for gfriend drop, as soon as the promotions start, like the teasing, I know my life is over because then I have no life. I work, then I jump in front of. I'm already in front of the PC. Then I switch over to the gfriend channel and produce content and content and content and content, which I love. I absolutely love it, but it is draining. It is draining my energy. I admit that, and at the moment I'm in a really tough spot because the more that's one more reason why I wish so hard for Fromis to finally come back. The more the Fromis comeback is getting delayed, the the more real the possibility becomes that gfriend and Fromis will promote at the same time. And if that happens, guys, if that happens, my life is like really over. Because then after work I jump to gfriend, produce the shit out of the content. And if you know me, you know how much I'm into the gfriend content, how long the content that I produce is going to get for gfriend. And then after this, when normally I am like, okay, now I can breathe, I can eat, I can finally eat at least. No, that would mean that after that I have to jump to Fromis and do that stuff, which may be not as excessive as it is for gfriend, but it is still so important for me that I will absolutely not like skip it or say, okay, no, I'll do it tomorrow, because I can't, because tomorrow there will be more gfriend stuff, and I know tomorrow will be more gfriend stuff, you know? And this way of thinking, it's just the more this is getting pushed back, the more I'm like, oh god, this is the gfriend comeback is going to collide with something I'm looking forward to. And this is always when a gfriend comeback phase is drawing closer. This is really the top stress um, in my head. Like, is it going to collide with something else that I celebrate a lot, that I can't like delay simply on another day? And yeah, do you know this feeling? Maybe if you're not a content creator, then maybe not, because if I would only be like, if I would only just like consume the gfriend content without producing this, then could be like, okay, you know what, after work I make food, then run in front of the PC and eat while watching the new gfriend MV for 3 hours straight. That would work. That would work. It could kind of combine this stuff, okay? Or like fold my clothes or shit, like, like clean the house while constantly listening to the gfriend album. That would work. But if you're a content creator like me, who is obsessed with that shit, who's, if you know me, even making almost 1 hour videos to stupid concept pictures, which I still don't know how I actually do that. I'll be honest with you guys, I have no clue how these videos happen, those long videos, but they happen, as you know. If you're just, maybe you're just not as lost as I am. I really hope, guys, I truly hope that you are not as lost as I am when it comes to that stuff, because I feel like I'm at a point where you could say, okay, that dude's just straight up crazy. Okay, like where does fan love end and madness start? I always, when gfriend's coming back, I'm always asking me this question: are you still fanboy or are you just mad? Maybe both. Let me know if you have an answer on the question. Let me know, guys. And now, I think I talked enough. I am finally going to stop this today's episode of AyoGG here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Guys, if you have any ideas of stuff I could talk about in the next episode, I still have a topic I wanted to talk about, by the way, but I'm not going to do that now. And that is the first K-pop concert I have ever been to, and the last. Like where I've been live, not online concerts, but live. But I will delay that for a later episode. So this will always be kind of my fallback thing. If I'm like, okay, I recorded, but I still have time to spare, time for the Sonmi concert, then I will pull that out. But if you have stuff you want me to talk about, please let me know in the comments. I'm always happy when I see when I can talk about stuff that is really interesting you, that I know that you guys are interested in. Now, guys, thank you for your attention, and I hope I see you for the next episode of AyoGG, the K-pop podcast. Thank you for your attention, and bye.